You may have heard of the Loch Ness monster, but I highly doubt you will have heard of the other Loch Ness monster. It was a kelpie. What's a kelpie, you ask? Well, listen to the tale and you'll find out. Long, long hence, on the banks of Loch Ness, on a wee farm in a wee croft lived a wee family. A mother, a father, and a wee daughter. And things had been pretty fine on the farm for a long time until one day the father had decided he was too old to plough the fields anymore. Whenever he did, he'd go, oh, me back, Sheila. When it was time for milking the cows, he'd go, oh, my knee's giving in. And when it was time for doing almost anything at all, he'd go, oh, general old man things, And you know, things that old men say and do. It seemed like he wasn't going to be able to keep up his work on the farm any longer. He was only 42, but, you know, by those standards, he was basically ancient. And so he needed a solution. His wife said, this can't do. You're going to have to come up with something, husband. And so one night, when the moon was full, and the stars were twinkling in the sky, he saw, by the banks of Loch Ness, a great black stallion. Oh, it was gorgeous. In that shimmering silvery light that rippled on the water like metal. Oh, you should have seen it. And the husband turned to his wife and said, wife, I've got it. I'm going to go and simply tame that horse there and it can plough our fields. Ha ha ha. The wife said, husband, you're a fool, I know, but not that much. Surely you know the stories. My money says that is a kelpie. Don't you be going anywhere near it. But as we will all know, husbands can be very silly. And our husband went, oh, no, wife, that's an old wife tale. You don't know. Okay, I'm off to go. And the wife just, oh gosh, what's going to come of this? And the husband walked over to the black stallion. He leapt onto its back and said, horse, you're mine now. You will plough my field. Ha ha. And then the horse started to change. It grew to twice its size. Fire flickered from its forked tongue and smoke poured from its nostrils. Its fur on its sides started to wrap around his legs. Its mane turned to snakes and they bit him and seized his wrists. And the kelpie said, fool! No man can tame a kelpie. Now you are mine, and you will do my watery bidding forevermore. And the kelpie leapt into that silvery sky and plunged deep down into the dark black Loch Ness. And the man was never seen again. Oh, the family were in serious trouble. The wife was like, oh my God, why did I marry that man? That man, oh God, he's left us in a right pickle. I'm sorry, my darling daughter, she said to her Wayne. I didn't know what we're going to do. But the daughter was an optimistic young lassie. And she said, don't worry, mother, I shall go and fish for our supper. And the mother said, daughter, don't be like your father, you know the stories. There's no fish where a kelpie lives. The daughter was optimistic. I'll give it a go, mum, there's no harm, eh? And so she went down to the water's edge and she started to fish. And as she was fishing, hobbled past her an old lady. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Oh, I'm having a right day of it. Oh no. And of course our wee girl, being kind, inquired as to what was going on. The old lady said, oh my, I'm freezing cold. Oh no, and this blanket's not doing me any favours. And so our wee girl said, here, take my coat. And the old lady took the coat and said, I never take without giving in return. So here, you can have my old tatty blanket. It may seem like that, but this blanket can contain any evil. And our wee girl went, ooh, that sounds useful. And that night she caught a fish. The next day she went fishing again, and the old lady walked past again. And the old lady this time was going, oh no, I wish we saw fate befalling an old lady like me. Oh no, dearie me. Ah. And the wee girl, of course, asked what was going on. She said, oh, You won't believe it. I thought there was somebody coming round to put up what I've got, but it turns out it was just IKEA flat pack shelves. I'll never get them up by myself. But the wee girl was really good at DIY, and she went round and helped, and yeah, she set it up. And the old lady said, I never take without giving in return, and so you can have these 2 steel girders. Now these can control any evil. And our little girl said, ooh, that sounds useful. And that evening, she caught 2 fish. And the next evening, she went fishing again. And the old lady hobbled past again. Oh dear, I've got quite the hunger. I'm not even going to bother making you ask. I've got quite the hunger in my stomach. Oh. So the little girl shared her lunch with her. And the old lady said, I never take without giving in return. You must know that by now. Here, have this box. In it is salt. And this salt can kill any evil. Even And the little girl went, I've got an idea. And the old lady went, thank goodness for that. I'll be off then. Bye-bye. And that night, the girl really plotted her idea. She'd caught 3 fish. Life was going well. She said to her mother, as the moon rose silvery full again, Mother, I've got it. I'm going to go and get that kelpie. I can do it. I believe in me, Mother. There was an odd daughter, no. Oh, don't be silly. Not like your father. No. And girl said, I've got an idea. Don't you worry, Mother. And so, a hood over her head, and the 3 items she set off to see if the kelpie was there. And of course, it was, prowling the dark waters of Loch Ness. And she saw it. And before she leapt onto its back, she threw the blanket across. She fixed the girders to it like stirrups. And then she leapt on and said, Kelpie, you wronged my father. And now you must do my bidding to make up for it and plough our fields forever more. And the kelpie once again went, Fool, nobody can tame a kelpie, no man can tame a kelpie. And it grew to twice its size. Fire flicked from its forked tongue, smoke from its nostrils, its eyes bulged red, and its mane tried to grasp her but could not, because, well, the blanket was there. Its mane turned to snakes as well, and she poured the salt over them, and they withered and died. And then she kicked the girders in and said, Kelpie, you are mine. You will do my bidding until the end of my days. And the kelpie said, What? What is this? No man can tame a kelpie. And our girl wished back her hood, Eowyn style, and said, I am no man, and you will do as you're told. And so it was, that the kelpie from that day hence ploughed the wee farm with the wee croft and the even weir family's fields until the end of their days, and they lived them happily for having that prosperity. And the kelpie, well, after that it slinked off, and it was never seen again, leaving Loch Ness open to an attack from a very different kind of monster. But that is a tale for another evening. Have a splendid night. Goodbye.